Are you like me? Because I cannot fall asleep without having a movie or a show or an audiobook at the minimum to distract my brain from the thoughts, the endless thoughts that continuously run through my brain, which I have when there is nothing there. I'm constantly thinking about a plethora of things. It doesn't really matter what it is. I will just continuously think about this thing and then the next thing and then so on and so on. Things about my life, things about the future, things about the past, things about other people, things about whatever it could be. It could be a fantasy. It could be, a remembering, a reminiscence. It could be calculating things. It could be planning, etc., etc. It could be about a movie I've just watched. It could be about my thoughts or opinions about whatever. It could be philosophy. It could be science. It doesn't really matter. I will just continuously think perpetually until 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I will just continuously think. My brain doesn't turn off. I don't know how to stop it. I've done rituals before where you're like, oh, sorry. Sorry, ignore the coughing. Don't know what's happening. I think I inhaled some dust. But I've done rituals before where I've read books before, done the screen thing, having the relaxing teas, the chamomile tea I'm been drinking, but I still think. My brain doesn't slow down. It continues to think. I don't have caffeine now after 3 o'clock. My brain is still wired at 3 in the morning if I don't have something to distract it. Now, if I have something to distract it, I can fall asleep within 5 to 10 minutes of a show or an audiobook. Shows, I find, some people say shows are like more active, but I find it's even better. An audiobook still requires imagination. Now, I think it is probably better for you in overall, but because it requires more brain activity, I will actually stay awake a bit longer. But with a show, I can now be out within 5 or 10 minutes. Sometimes it may go longer. But the difficulty with a show is I'm more likely to want to continue to watch the show and keep going. With an audiobook, I find if I'm at that point where I'm falling asleep, and I have a timer on the audiobook, so it's just every 5 minutes it'll just stop and then I shake it to keep going. And so at the most, I'm missing out 5 minutes of a thing and you just go back 5 minutes. But that, I still listen to audiobooks normally longer than a show. But if I do fall asleep when watching a show and then wake up, I will want to continue watching the show. You know the way? So, yeah, it's a bit of a dilemma because obviously being on the phone is bad and you shouldn't be doing that at night time. But that's how I fall asleep the quickest. And so lately I have been trying to do more audiobooks, but sometimes I go back into shows because it is more like, I don't know, it just, the full visual audio aspect of it going into my brain just is enough to numb it of any internal thoughts that it then is allowed to shut down. And without having this stimulation from something else external, my brain will continue to think. And I cannot go to bed raw dogging it, basically. It's just not going to work for me. And it's very difficult when I stay over at my girlfriend's house because she obviously doesn't need that. And sometimes we do watch movies and that can help, on the laptop and then a thing. And so sometimes I'm just like lying in bed awake for hours there. And so then I don't tend to sleep that well because I need, and then sometimes I do just put it on an audiobook when she's like drifted off because she falls asleep like that. So, bit different methods of, some people can just fall asleep anywhere. She is just like, any comfortable chair. Me, I have to be in the right position, in the right amount of pillow, not too much pillow, not too little pillow, the right amount of covers, not too hot, not too cold, etc., etc. For me, I am a difficult sleeper. It's very, very difficult for me to fall asleep. And that's why it's very hard for me to also then have a set get up time, because I know I'm going to feel like shit if I have spend hours and hours to try and fall asleep. I'm not going to feel rested in the morning, so I will delay getting up by longer and longer if I've known it's taking me longer to fall asleep. Anyway, this is tangenting. The point being, my brain does not like raw dogging life when trying to fall asleep. It needs stimulus, and I don't know if it's a problem because I fall asleep quick enough when I do have it, so I think it is a solution to the problem of not falling asleep. But, people say it's not good. But audiobooks, probably slightly better than watching movies. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you struggle with it too, I recommend the audiobook, 5-Minute Timer Shake, to keep it going. Very helpful. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. I wish you the best of luck.